Hello, and welcome back to Gold Mining Simulator. My name is Quad. In the last episode, we started a brand new game here at Diamond Creek, and we did one single clean out with just 4 mats. In today's episode, we're going to do, well, 2 more full cleanouts, and we also bought a wavetable and a magnetite separator over there in the last episode, and we're powering it all by that power station over there. I have extension cords basically running all the way over to the Lost Miners section, so it seems to be working pretty swell. Anyways, in today's episode, we're going to be doing, well, 2 full cleanouts on the hog pan down there, sell that stuff, and see if we can upgrade to like a mini excavator or something, right? Yeah, I wonder if I want to get a few more buckets. I think I will. I think I'm going to get 4 more buckets, and then I forgot in the last episode, I actually got a new employee waiting for me, so let's go see who wants to work for us and hope that it's a hog pan worker. Oh, I have to unlock it for $10,000 first. No. I could have sworn I seen... Okay, well, we're not doing this anytime soon, so I don't have enough money for transport, so we're not getting any buckets either. I was hoping to get some more buckets. I guess I could run to town real quick and grab some, but I don't think so. Let's just use the 4 that we got, and it'll just be fine, I think. Okay, and I lied. I'm actually coming to the store. I'm gonna grab 6 more buckets real quick. Well, if I can afford them, they do cost $5 a piece. It's gonna run me 30 bucks. Add it to the cart. That is gonna put me down to about $77 or so. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. So let me get back down here and then lay these all out, and we're gonna be ready. Okay, and here we go. The mats are all at 0%. I got all of my buckets laid out, and then we're just gonna start digging. And I'd like to say, if you caught the last episode, I think it's worth noting that I think I should have just done 2 full like mat cleanouts twice the first time around, because then we probably would have had a bit more money to get the mini excavator or something. I'm not entirely sure if that would have worked or not, but I feel like it could have. I mean, luckily enough, with the single cleanout that I did, I had enough money to get the magnetite separator and that wavetable up there. But anyway, I only got a few scoops to go. I just went ahead and preloaded all these buckets real quick with 2 scoops. So then all I have to do is come through and drop 1 scoop into them. So I think that's all of them. Let me just drop this one in. And yeah, they do look all filled up, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, they do. Okay, let's start dumping them. So here is our first bucket. Here is the second bucket. All right, there's the third bucket. Oh, look, I found a nugget. It's my first nugget of the day. Looks like it's a 0.8 size nugget, so almost a full ounce. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab these other ones. I think this is the 5th bucket or so. Okay, here's the next one. The mats are sitting at about 15% right now. And another one. We found another nugget. Oh, 1.25 ounces, right? 1.28 ounces. Let's go ahead and grab this one. Dump it, of course. Okay, only got 2 buckets left. Here's one of them. And then let me grab the last bucket over here. And it looks like all 10 of these is putting our mats up to just about 30% or so. Yeah, 29%. Okay, so I basically need to do this 2 more times and then like another time after that, right? So let me drop that. Let's pull out the shovel. That should be all of them. It is all of them, and let's just continue digging. And then to really kind of figure out if this is going to give us a lot more gold today, we could just divide it by 2, because if you don't know, we're not going to be using the hog pan over here and the little wisher or whatever you want to call it. We are going to be running both these up to the magnetite separator as well as the wavetable, and yeah, we'll just kind of have to divide that by 2 and compare it to yesterday's numbers. The bucket is full. We know the bucket's full. Let's go ahead and get this last one over here. Then we got, what, 4 more buckets to go. So we'll put one right here. Did we get a nugget? No, it doesn't seem like you get nuggets until you actually dump it into the hog pan itself. But we got this one. And just 1 more to go, bro. Let's go ahead and dump it in. There we go. I do hope that they find a different solution to digging instead of all of these like big old yellow shovels, right? For Gold Mining Simulator 2. They can be kind of a pain to move around. Anyway, let's go and start dumping them. So we are sitting at 29%. At the end of this, we should be close to 60, about 58 or so. Let's go and drop that. Let's grab the second bucket, get it dumped, of course. We found a nugget, by the way, 1.6 ounces. But here's the third bucket. Here is the fourth bucket. This is going to be the fifth bucket. Boom, there we go. Here is the seventh bucket. We got another gold nugget, almost 1.5 ounces, so that's a really good one. Here is the eighth bucket, however. So it looks like 7 buckets get you all the way up to 50%. So if we would have bought 14 buckets... oh, no, that's not true at all, actually. I forgot that we dumped a whole entire set. So never mind. It would take probably like 30 buckets or something to do a full clean out. Anyways, this is the last bucket, so we'll dump it, and then let's get continued digging. We just need to do this like one more time, basically. Don't checking it out. Did you guys know that you could just dig right into the dirt that's underneath the water here? I did not know that. And also all the way out here to these little berms, or I don't know what you call them, but yeah, we could also dig this. It makes me wonder, oops, I wasted that one. It makes me wonder if I could dump it and kind of create myself a little cavity or whatever you'd want to call it. Just gonna dig from here though. I don't think this one's empty. I don't know, I meant to say I didn't think it was full, not empty. Either way, just gonna get that one is full. We only got about 4 more. Let's grab this one. Digging through here, we'll add this one, and then the bubbles are obviously new. I forgot to mention that in prior episodes. At least I don't remember seeing bubbles down at Old Arnold's, but that is all of the buckets. So let's go ahead and dump them all, of course. We are sitting at 58. This will put us up to about 87. But here is the first bucket. Here is the second bucket. We found 1.5 ounces of a nugget. There we go. That is the fifth bucket. There is the sixth bucket, I think. Actually, this is the sixth bucket. Here's the seventh bucket. We also got another nugget, 1.2 ounces. Here's another bucket, though. This is the ninth bucket. And last but not least, the 10th bucket. And that actually put the mats up to 88%. But of course, I'm still going to come through and we're going to fill up all 10 buckets because we are going to be swapping those mats out for the mats that are in the back of the pickup truck. And then yeah, we'll do 2 full cleanouts. That should be enough to grab the mini excavator. I think that's what I will buy, considering I have the DLC. I might as well. Otherwise, what we could buy would have been the backhoe. The only thing about the backhoe is I don't believe we can use the backhoe to actually move those bridge pieces to get the bridge fixed. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about that. And I don't think the mini DLC is going to work for that as well, to get that bridge fixed. So we're probably going to have to save up for the small excavator. But let's go and dump this one. This should put it up to about 90%. And then this one should put it up to about 93%. And then 96% on this bucket, which means the next bucket is going to be 99%. And check it out, we did find another gold nugget. In fact, we got similar gold nuggets to the last episode. If you did miss the last episode, when we filled these mats up one time, we did receive about 8 ounces in just gold nuggets. Anyway, this is done. It's at 99%. I'm going to try something. What if we just grab 1 scoop and then we dump it in and then we just dump this? Because I think every scoop is 1%, or at least in the bucket. Another option would have been just to grab it like this and then dump, but I don't think each shovel equals 1%. Maybe it does because it is at 100%. So anyways, let's go ahead and grab the mats. Here's 1, 2, 3, and there's the 4th one. We're just going to bring it over. We're going to toss them into the back of the truck here and then grab the new mats, the clean ones that is. There we go. Thank you, Fry. Okay, and then let's add the clean mats to the pan. 2, 3, and 4. They're all back down to 0 again. Let's go ahead and finish dumping the buckets that I had, though. Like, here's one of them, right? Dump. Ah, damn it, no, throw it. I said dump it, fool. But here is another one. Here we only got about 4 more left. Here is the 10th one. I'm just kidding. That's the 8th one. We did find another nugget, 1.38 ounces, and our mats are sitting at about 12 to 13%. Let's drop this one down and grab these last 2 real quick. And of course, get them dumped. And then this last bucket should put these mats up to about 19%. And then let's get continued and fill them all back up once again. And then I think once we get these 2 sets of mats done, if it does give us enough money to buy the mini excavator, I think we'll just come down here and do another clean out. Well, as long as there's enough time and this doesn't take me ages, but so far so good. This is actually pretty quick. Let's continue getting these last bits here. And yeah, it looks like you could just dig right into the bottom of the little creek bay here. I don't see any dirt moving, so I would assume it's not infinite, but I mean, it might be. And if it is, it might be a good thing. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter because there's a ton of dirt over here. Anyways, let's get these all dumped. Of course, we're just going to dump the first one. We are starting at with the mats at 18%. Here's the second one, the third one. May the fourth be with you. It is the fourth one, and we got a nugget, by the way, ounce and a half. May the fifth be with you. Just joking. Here is the sixth. Lucky number 7. Here is the crazy 8. Here is the 9th realms of hell. And of course, the 10 cent. Just joking, but we did get another ounce. That does put the mats at 48%, so we're halfway there. Let's go ahead and fill them up again. Do check it out, though. We are up to about 12 ounces of the old gold nuggets. So hopefully by the time we get this next set done, that's going to put it probably close to about 16 ounces, which, of course, if we times that by 1,000, that's 16,000. But, of course, it's going to be a bit more than that. So we're going to have about 20 grand just in, well, gold and nuggets. So the bucket is full. Yeah, I kind of feel like the first time around I should have filled these all the way up twice, the mats, of course, because then we probably would have had enough money here on day 2 kind of start out with the excavator. But this is the last bucket. Dump it full, and then let's dump it into the hog pan. The mats are sitting at 48. So after all 10 of these, it should put it up close to about 60%, I believe, right? No, that was with 4 buckets. I don't know how many we're doing now. Shit, 30%? Anyways, I will be up there pretty high, hopefully. Here's the 4th bucket, however. The 5th bucket. Here is the 6th bucket. And damn it, get out my way, fool. I don't need you anymore. Don't want you, don't need you. Get out of here. Yeah, we're definitely not going to be using that anymore. That took a long time. Anyways, throw this one in. We did get another nugget, a 1.61 ounces. That's pretty good. And then we are sitting at about 68% on these mats. Our total gold as of right now is sitting just under 14 ounces. And damn it, I did not want to do that. 14 ounces, how many grams is that? Well, let me just tell you, 14 times 28, bro. That's a number I cannot do in my head. But here is the 9th one. And then this should be the last bucket. At which point, what is it going to put it up to? About 76 or something? 77? So it looks like we'll just need to fill these up about one more time. And yeah, it looks like they're sitting at about 77. So let's just go ahead and fill them all up one more time. You know what? I do want to try something. I accidentally dumped another bucket in the water. What happens if we just do scooping? I forget. It's been so long. I don't think it's 1% though. Does that give me dirt? It does not. But we're close enough to do this one. So 77. What does this do? 78. Nah, see, each scoop is not a single percent. So it takes way longer. So 2 scoops gave me 1%, which would mean 3 scoops would give me, yeah, every 2 scoops. Yeah, I think it would take way too long. So I'm just going to continue doing the buckets here. Yeah, I think each scoop is like 1%. So it would take 6 scoops to get to 3%, where all I need to do is 3 scoops into a bucket, and that equals the same. So the bucket is definitely a little bit faster. And I don't know the math on how many I need. We're sitting at 80%, so I think we're going to use all, but just a couple. I already filled that one up by accident. Let's go ahead and get these last 2. I didn't do this bottom one because it's just laying down. I didn't feel like picking it up, but that is the final one. So let's just grab the buckets. Let's get them dumped. They are sitting at 80%. Here's the second bucket. Of course, the old 3rd bucket here. We did find another nugget, 1.39 ounces, of course. This is the empty one I did not fill. So let me grab this one. We're sitting at 88. This will put it at about 91. So I think we just need about 3 more after this. So here we go. Here's another one. And I think this might be the last one. Let's see if it puts it up to 100. And here we go. Just at 100. Yeah, so it is losing a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and collect all these buckets real quick. Just kidding. I forgot. We need to grab these buckets. We need to put water in them. So let's actually dump water in them real quick, because we need to empty out our mats. I forgot I don't have a nuggetator up there, and I didn't want to scoop that twice. Just drop it full. How many mats do we got? Well, only 4. So we only need 2 buckets, right? Because each bucket takes 4 mats. So let's pick up all 4 of them and then come over here to one of the buckets. We're going to dump it. There we go. Let's dunk the next one. And then the 3rd one, of course. And then lastly, the 4th one. There we go. Bucket is full. I'm always confused on that 4th one because the amount doesn't change in the bucket. So I kind of wonder if I lost some in that last bucket. So we're going to do a tiny experiment with these other 4. I'm only going to put 3 into one of the buckets. And then the 4th mat, I'm going to throw into a whole separate bucket. So let's dunk them. We'll just do this one here. There's 1. Let's go ahead and dump the 2nd one. We crouch. Yeah, it doesn't look like it actually changes. Let's do the 3rd one. And I'm just going to do this other one over here. And I'm going to do those ones separate and see if anything changes. We already put those back. In fact, I could just set these down here. And then let's grab our buckets that we have dirt in, which is this one. Of course, this one, which I'm going to keep this one separate from that other one because I want to do this one and that other one completely separate. So let's grab this other one that only had 1 mat in it. Throw it into the back next to that other one right there. Jump in the truck. Fire it up, of course, and let's get up to our clean out area. So, but I still do need 1 more bucket. So I'm gonna go grab just 1 more. And I did lie, by the way. I grabbed most of my buckets instead of just 1. So let's just set this down. We're gonna fill this up first. So there's 1. Let's put the 2nd one in. But check it out. I actually put a skin on the wavetable over here. Now, unfortunately, you can't see the bottom of it because it's covered with water. But if we pull this out, it's gonna drain. And there we go, bro. Can you read it? It says sponge quad. Yeah, that's me, bro. A minor. And not an underage minor either. Anyways, let's just hook that back up. And let's go ahead and start processing these. So we're going to turn on the magnetite separator. We're not going to turn on the wavetable yet. Let's grab this full bucket back here first. Let's go ahead and dump it. We are sitting at 15 ounces of gold as of right now. We're going to have to see what it turns into when we drop it in the wavetable. But this one single bucket, look, it's almost going to give us a full 100% on this thing. Oh, dude, it actually almost did. Look, is that normal? I feel like we usually do like 3 of them. Anyways, how much magnetite did I get? 0? Ah, dude, I should have read that. Anyway, let's grab the gold. Let's dump it into the wavetable. And then let's see how much we got from just that first bucket. So we're sitting at basically an even 15 ounces. Dude, what happened? What happened to my water, bro? Look, the water turned off. Oh no, hold on a second, let me turn it off. Oh no, 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 okay, the water's back. Let's turn it back on. Oh, that was weird. Oh, look. Oh, the temperature, bro. Oh, the temperature is extremely low. What does that mean? Let me go check my hose real quick, hold on. Is it freezing in the wavetable? Is that what's going on, perhaps? I mean, this is pumping water at 3 gallons per minute, check it out. This stream is not frozen over. You know what, I'm gonna grab this thing real quick. I'm just going to try to toss it in there. No, you idiots. What is that? Come here, fool. Let go. Yeah. Let's see if that works. It's still running at 3 gallons per minute. And let's see if it works. Turn it back on. I think it's just too damn cold, bro. And it's not working. So what the hell am I supposed to do about that? Let's just turn this off. And then let's try turning this on by itself. Oh, I was using too much. I can't handle it, bro. Okay, I got it. I didn't understand. You can't run both at one time with that little baby that little baby pump, apparently. Anyways, we're not doing too good on our gold over there, as you can see. It is only at 15.6, so we're not even getting a full ounce out of that 1 bucket or that 1 clean ounce. How much was it in total? Is 0.77 gold, so that sucks. We did get about a half of a carat, so we actually did not get as much gold this way as we did if we would have hand panned it. But let's go ahead and turn this back on. Let's grab these other 2 buckets real quick. We're gonna grab the full one, dump it in, and then let's grab the partial one here, dump it in. There we go. It was mostly water, but there was some stuff in it. Let's see how much magnetite we get. Apparently none. Yeah, apparently none. Oh no, we got 10 ounces of magnetite. Oh, it's just too little to register. That's pretty hilarious. Okay, let's turn this off. Let's go ahead and dump this in. And then let's see if this climbs up to 16 and a half. And we are at 16 and a half. So how much did we get off that? Another 0.75 of the gold. And then another like half carat. You know what? Before we actually go sell all this stuff, I'm going to come over here and grab those other 2 buckets that I have. And by other 2 buckets, of course, I am talking about the ones that I did not run through the hog pan over here at all. We just literally dug dirt out of the ground here and threw them into these buckets. So these are unprocessed. I'm going to be curious to see if we get any gold from them, because if we do, it might be better just to fill all these buckets up and completely skip that whole process over there. But for science, let's find out. Is the magnetite separator on? It's not. Let's go ahead and put a new bucket in. Let's kick it on. And yeah, let's run it. So here's the first bucket. It is going to put it up to 25. I'm going to grab that second bucket right away so we can just do them both up at the exact same time. Dump it full. Okay, we're good. Actually, I think it's going to fill up before it gets to the other bucket. It did completely fill up, by the way. Any magnetite? Dude, we did get a little bit of magnetite, but nothing even close to the 10 ounces. So there we go. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this, which again was nearly a full bucket. But as far as dirt goes or magnetite, there was no magnetite really. So let's go ahead and dump this in, and then let's run this and see what we get. We are sitting at 16.59 ounces as of right now. Oh yeah, and check it out. I forgot. I did add these little things on the side of my well, my wavetable. I didn't think it was going to be curved like that, and I thought it was just going to look like there was a joint sitting on the side, but it looks kind of silly. Anyway, how much was it? I did not very much. Barely 0.8 carats, and it was like 0.5 gold, so it's definitely worth running it through the hog pan first. And it also seems like you get more money hand panning rather than using this machine over here. But regardless, we're going to come into the tent. We're going to go to the bank. We're going to sell our gems, which isn't a lot, but it is about 1,200 bucks. So there we go. That does put my money up to $1,246. Let's go into town. Let's go to the smithery and let's go ahead and sell our gold. Okay, I made it over here to the smithy. Let's go and hop out. Let's go and sell all this gold. We are sitting at 16.6 ounces. So that should be a pretty hefty amount of money, right? They are going to unfortunately take quite a bit from me, but I can only smelt 12.5 as of right now. They are going to take 1.2 ounces. If we do go to upgrades, oh, I'd have to drop off that magnetite. Yeah, I didn't collect enough anyway, but the first one is a lot, bro. 1,200 ounces of magnetite. We're only pulling 10 out of those tiny little buckets, so we're not upgrading anytime soon. Regardless, let's smelt this for 1,200 bucks. And of course, I'm just going to sit here and play some football while I wait, bro. Okay, it's finally done. I lost my ball under the table, by the way. Anyways, let's grab that gold bar, drop it on the table, and let's go sell it at the bank. And of course, we're going to haul some butt in here, and I'm going to see if I can get this thing to whip around. Dude, almost. I'm trying, what I'm really trying to do, if you guys watch all my episodes, I'm trying to whip it around so that I literally line it up just like this, right? I've only done it once in all of my days, bro. Anyway, let's sell it. Let's see how much gold we're getting. Should be quite a bit. Check it out, $14,000. I don't remember how much the excavator is. I think it's only about 5. But let me go grab that other 4 ounces from the smithy real quick. Okay, check it out. I have the last one. Let's see if we can get this thing into place. Dude, almost. It seems like the idea is to kind of come wide. Anyways, let's sell that 4 ounces. Should give us another $4,000 or so. 4,500 to sell it all, fool. Thank you very much. That does put me up to $17,000. Let's head over to the equipment store and let's see what we can buy here. So this here is pretty expensive at 67,000. This one here, I could actually buy this right away if I wanted to. I don't really want to because I bought the DLC, so I'm going to just jump straight over to this thing and buy this for 5,200. Now we do need to transfer this little thing, and fortunately it only cost 400 bucks. So let's go ahead and get it moved. There we go. Now let's head over to the regular store. Okay, now that I'm over here, let's see how much these mobile wash plants cost. So I could actually already buy this big one, but I kind of want to get the mini one because it goes with the mini DLC. But as you could tell, doing 3 cleanouts with just these mats 3 different times, we have enough money to kind of just jump ahead a bit. But I'm not going to. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and grab this mini one for now. And then once we kind of do a couple cleanouts over there with this thing, then we'll upgrade to the bigger excavator and then that other wash plant. But I thought I might as well just play with the mini stuff for now. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to grab one of these small steel cables. In fact, I'm going to grab 2 of them for 30 bucks. I should look and see what this thing needs before we get out of here. So hold on a second. Yeah, because I don't have an online store, so I don't want to make a bunch of trips, right? So what does this need? Looks like a small hose, and is that going to be it? Looks like it might need fuel as well. Look, I wonder how much it comes with. Well, I'm going to assume that it's empty, so I'm going to grab a jerry can real quick. Right here for 10 bucks, and then I'm gonna buy a green hose as well for $36, and I think that's all I'm gonna need, so I'm gonna go ahead and check out for $46. I still have $11,000, and then we're just gonna stop at the gas station real quick just to fill this up all the way. In fact, I'm going to fill up the machine first, and it looks like it's actually already filled up, so we don't have to do that. Let me go ahead and fill up the little can here. That will cost me about 60 bucks, and I'm just going to go ahead and top off the truck while we're here as well. It's also going to be another $60. Okay, let's head back to the parcel. And again, back up here at Diamond Creek. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this wash plant put into place. Okay, easy, buddy. I'm going to have to, I was going to say back it down there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to back this little thing or not. I'll try, but yeah, I think I could get it, honestly. Look. Yeah, we got this. So where are we going to back it to? I'm thinking in that little hole where I had all my buckets and stuff, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm hitting my little adapter. It's not even an adapter, bro. It's the entire water pump. It's proven to be a little bit difficult to get back here, but not entirely impossible. And yeah, that's exactly where I think I want it. Let's just drop it right here. I'm just going to jump out and detach it. There we go. That should do just fine. Let me go ahead and get this thing out of here. Okay, and then I'm going to hop out. We're going to grab the little hose, hook it up to, even though it says in, I think it's actually out. I think it's just not animated or modeled properly, but let's go ahead and run this all the way down. And then where do we plug it in? It looks like onto the front side here. So boom, there we go. And we just need to put a bucket in place. Fortunately, I took all the buckets, and you know what? I'm going to pop this out only because I don't feel like hearing it, bro. It's extremely and obnoxiously over loud. Actually, I didn't even need to take this off. I just had to take off the hog pan. That's better. Yeah, the sound levels on those are really, really loud. So let's go ahead and grab a bucket, and then where's my mini excavator? There she is. Yeah, check it out, little blue. It's so cute. Do you think we could put the bucket on there and ride it over? I'm going to try it. In fact, I should probably grab a couple buckets, right? And then let's see if I could just stick it like up top, like up here, right? And then let's see if we could drive it over there. First thing we got to do is fire it up, and here we go. And yeah, it looks like they're going to sit up there just fine. Okay, well, let's get this over there. Okay, maybe they're not. Oh no, that's going to be fine. Look, let's go. Okay, never mind. Oh no, it's going to be fine. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to take no as an answer, so I'm going to try to just stick it into well, the bucket here. And I think if I just go like this, that should hold it. Yeah, dude, that's gonna work. Okay, yeah, that's gonna work. Check it out, bro. Okay, well, let's get over there and let's start digging. We're gonna do at least 2 more buckets. Okay, it's a little bit hard to keep the bucket in the bucket, but anyways, I made it pretty much down here, so I need to figure out where I'm going to kind of set up. But there is our wash plant, so I think I'm going to try to go to the top of this hill like this, right? Just kind of drive it up here. And then, no, easy, buddy. And then let's swivel this around, extend it out and all that stuff. Is this going to land? I don't know. Let me turn my digger help on, actually. And yeah, check it out. I think this is going to work. And then I need to turn that wash plant on, right? Yeah. So let's hop out. I'm going to grab one of those buckets that I brought over here. And then we'll just do like a couple more buckets and see what the difference is between this and using this. So we'll grab a bucket, we'll just stick it right here. We just got to turn it on, which is probably a pull string or something, right? There it is, pull it. And that's all we need, right? Okay, well, let's jump in and let's start digging. It's getting a little bit dark. I'm going to turn the lights on. Where are we going to start digging at, I guess? Anywhere, honestly. So let's just open up our bucket. Let's bring it down. Let's just grab right through here. There we go. Is it a full one? Hard to tell, but it's so tiny looking. It's kind of funny. Anyways, bring this up and then just dump it in. Dude, I got a gold nugget. We're going to switch to a bucket view, by the way. And yeah, let's see how we can do on this. Looks like each scoop is going to give us about 7% on that. So that's nice. I think we're going to come in like this. Bring it in. There we go. Bend the dipper, or scoop the dipper. And then bring it up, bring it over. And here we go. Lift it full, lift it. Okay, I think I missed some of that one. But we got a 2-ounce nugget off that. Jeez. Anyways, bring it up. Let's bring it over and in. Let's go ahead and dump. That was another nugget, another almost 2-ounce nugget. Just in a couple scoops here, we're already up to like 5 bleeding nuggets. Let's bring this over though. Our mat, it's not a mat, it's actually a bucket, is sitting at 27%. In fact, I'm doing so swell on this that we're getting back before it empties out. It's sitting at like 34%. So I'm gonna have to be careful once it gets close to about 100 to get over there and, well, shut it off. So there we go though, we got it. Let's go ahead and dump it. It does not look like a full one, but I'll take it. Oh, and I just noticed, wait, did I notice something? No, I didn't notice anything. Anyways, let's go ahead and grab. There we go. And we're doing pretty good, I think. The bucket is up to 55%. And then let's just bring this out. Let's come in through here. Nope, nope, that's a bad one, bro. Let's just bring it over here. Bring it down. Yep, scoop. I think I'm going to try to go a little bit closer to it. And by it, I do mean the machine here, but let's dump that. We're at 65 or 72%, I mean. Yeah, just grab from right there. Let's take a look at the other bucket here, the one that's at the top, the hopper. Okay, that filled up almost 20-something%, I think. Let's come in, let's grab. What did it say? I don't actually know. But let's go ahead and dump that. Now, it is about to hit 100, so I'm going to hop out real quick. And then I'm going to wait for it so I could do a swap, right? So 98... 99 and 100. So now we are losing dirt. Yeah, bucket is full. Actually, was this still running? I did not notice if it was running. This time we're gonna not grab it right away and see if it continues to run. So maybe we'll do more than 2 buckets, because that didn't take too long, but I wanted to keep it as 2 for continuity's sakes, or for like a fair comparison. But then again, I think the real comparison wouldn't be how many buckets you can do. It's going to be how long it takes, right? What's more valuable is your time than anything else. So anyways, let's dump that. Yeah, that was almost 25%. Let's come in here. I'm going to grab off this bottom a bit. There we go. And then, yeah, maybe we'll do a few more buckets. I did bring 3 buckets with me. And then maybe we'll just process 2 buckets at one time and kind of see what that gives us. But yeah, let's just keep on doing it. And I was kind of wondering what I should do. I guess it's just going to depend on how much money I make and how fast we can make it. But I was kind of wanting to dig out this whole little section over here. I don't know if that would be a good idea, though. It might take way too long, especially if this little one. Either way, I think what we'll do, though, is we'll kind of keep using this machine and this wash plant at this site. And then once we upgrade to the next excavator, we'll also upgrade to the bigger wash plant. And then I think at that point, we'll move to a different part of the parcel. Whether it's, I don't know if we can go to the flooded area until, I think we're going to have to wait until I get that bigger excavator. But we could go over there to the flooded area, or we could go to the lost miners section. Anyways, I think I'm doing pretty good here. So let's continue digging. I wanted to, yeah, scrape off this bottom because it seemed like with the shovel, I was able to kind of keep on digging. Then again, on that last clean out, I did have some pretty poor dirt, or pretty poor gold. Maybe it was due to actually grabbing that stuff out of the water rather than the piles, you know what I mean? Anyway, what does it say? The bucket is full. Oh yeah, dude, we're losing dirt. It's still running through, so let's come down here. Let's go ahead and pop it out. Got it. And let's pop in another empty one, and there we go. Okay, let me hop back into this thing, and let's continue. So bring it up, bring it over. Oops, I kind of screwed that one up. Let's come back in. Let me open up my bucket, of course, and I want to come back up here. There we go. So I think in the next episode, well, we'll see how much money we get after we kind of get these 3 buckets filled up. But I think in the next episode, I want to continue kind of digging over here with the mini DLC. And then I think we're just going to do like a whole episode just digging right here, actually. So if you don't know, if you've been following my series and you watch it all the time, like even when we was at Nighthawk, I typically come in for about an hour and a half on each episode. And then whatever I get done in that hour and a half to 2 hours, then that's kind of where I cut it off at. And I am currently sitting at 1 hour and a half as of right now. So once we get this damn thing done, we're going to call it. But bring it over, bring it in. This is a nice little setup, though, I will say. As it, oh, the bucket's full. What is it talking about? Oh, I think it's talking about one of the buckets on the ground. That's okay. Anyway, scoop it. There we go. And let's dump it. Hopefully that other bucket was actually full and I wasn't looking at something else. You know what? I'm going to grab that stupid thing because it's driving me crazy. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. Yeah, see how this one's already full? And then this one's already full. Nah, you idiot. Drop it. Okay, let's jump back in. And let's continue. It's already getting kind of dark as well. We're sitting at about 1700 o'clock. Anyways, come in, grab from back here, curl the bucket. Yeah. And what is our bucket sitting at, by the way, over there? It's at 89%. So it took about 10% of fuel to fill 3 buckets up to 100. Anyways, let's grab just a couple more in here. There we go. And then bring it over. And boom. And it is full. So let me hop out. Let me grab that bucket. And let me shut everything off real quick. So first thing we got to do is shut off this. And then let's shut off this. There we go. And then I need to take these 3 buckets and we're going to take them up there and process them. Okay, I have all 3 buckets in here. I'm going to leave these lights on so we have a little bit more light over there. So that means I'm going to have to just make sure I turn off those lights before we actually leave. But let's grab the first bucket. We need to fill this up with an empty. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. And then let's go ahead and start dumping. The first bucket is a 25%er. I'm just going to throw this other one back into the truck. Grab a new bucket here. And yeah, let's see if we can get back before the magnetite stops. 7%, got it. Now let's grab that last bucket. That one is actually at 100% now. How much magnetite? 24 ounces. Well, that's better than our first round, right? When we were doing the mats. Let me dump this one in, however. And then we're going to dump the gold bucket to... No, we're just going to stick it in the wavetable. And then throw that there. But check it out. That did fill up another dirt bucket. And that was another 26 ounces of magnetite. Let me dump this in. We can't run them together because our pump's not big enough. So we just have to wait for this last one. How much gold did we get, by the way, out of that clean out? 6.2 ounces, so that's pretty good. That did not take long at all. That was way quicker than hand panning. But this thing's done, so I'm going to turn it off. We're going to grab the gold. We're going to turn on the wavetable now. And let's see how high this goes. It's already looking like it's going up a lot faster. We can see it over there. We're at 7.4, so yeah, we're actually making quite a bit more gold running this setup versus the hog panning setup. This is under 50%, so let's just go ahead and dump it though. And there we go. And we're already up to about 9 ounces of gold. So we've already gotten about 3 ounces of gold just from dumping it in here. Okay, it's almost done. It's at 4%. Look at that. There we go. 5.5 ounces of gold and 3.61 carats of gems, bro. That was by far way more lucrative than hand panning. So that is a well worth upgrade. But let's come into the tent. Let's sell those gems real quick. Look, just in gems alone, it's $3,600. So let's go ahead and sell all that. And then we're going to run into town real quick and sell all of this gold as well. Okay, I'm almost at the smithy. And as I was driving here, I noticed those cables in the back of my truck. So before we actually get out of here today, we're going to go ahead and see if those cables will hook up to that mini excavator or not. Let me turn off these lights. I don't need my battery to die. But let's go and get this smelted real quick. It is a total of 12 ounces. We can do it all. It is going to run $1,100, and we're going to lose about 1.1 ounces. So that's actually not too bad. At least I don't feel like it is. Anyways. Okay, it's all smelted. Let's go and see if we can get this thing parked. Not quite. But we are making $13,000 off that gold. And that does put me up to 26,000. And if I run over here to the equipment store real quick, the small excavator does run 16,000. That would leave me with what, about $10,000 left over, which would be enough to buy this mobile wash plant. So if I really wanted to, and we would be able to afford this as well and still have about $4,000 left over. So if I really wanted to, I could buy this and that small excavator over there and kind of get digging on that on the next one, but we're not going to. The next episode, I want to do like literally a full day's of work with just that mini excavator. And then at the end of the next episode, we'll probably go ahead and just buy that small excavator and wash plant. But hold on a second. I need to double check these cables. I want to see if it'll actually fit onto the damn mini excavator down there. So let me see. I got the cables with me and I don't see any hook attachments at the end of this thing. So we would not be able to use this to move the bridge pieces. Most likely we're going to have to use the small excavator, right? The one that I want to buy at the end of the next episode. Otherwise, the only other option would be to use the pickup truck, but I don't think we can. I'm going to buy those pieces, at least one of them, right? And how much does it cost? Dude, it's kind of expensive, but I just want to buy it anyways. So there we go. And it's a bit dark, but I want to see, did they make these things invisible or are they still massive hard rocks? We're going to find out. Let me grab the truck. Yeah, let's see if we could drive over those things. Earlier, like in the first episode, I wasn't able to, so... Okay, they're still hard as hell. Now I'm going to assume that bridge piece is not going to be able to flip through it either, but I'm going to still try. So I'm going to hook it up like this and then like this. We're going to throw it into reverse and let's go. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, fair enough. Let's go to sleep. Let's see how much dirt we dug through and how much all the things happened, right? I don't think it's going to tell us how much money we made, but it's going to take a huge chunk from us because of the rent. It has been a new day. It's been a new dollar and my battery died. Damn it. But check it out. We did dig through 28 cubic yards. I earned 7 ounces of gold. I wish this daily summary told us how many nuggets we got. We did earn about 5 carats of gems and they charged us 3,400 in rent. And I could have sworn the day summary used to tell us how much money we made. I feel like that needs to come back as well. Regardless, it's time to sleep for just 2 more hours. And there we go. It's a new day. It's a new dollar. We'll get continued in the next one. But yeah, we're going to do a whole episode of cleaning out with that mini excavator. But that'll be it for this one. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Again, my name is Quad. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later on, everybody. Later on.